Got it all packed. You know what you expect from your parents. Gail, what do you think?
I think a bad parent is a parent that makes you do anything that you want to do. And a good parent is a parent that lays down discipline, rules, and other things.
Do you consider yourself a good child based on what you've just said?
Yes, I do.
What do you do on a daily basis that is something that your parents taught you and you follow on a daily basis that makes you a good child?
I follow the rules, be polite, and have manners to people around me.
How are you in school with your teachers and your classmates?
Well, they respect me and I respect them, and I show all the respect that I can give them.
That's why you're a prefect.
Yes.
When you see things happening around you, let's say in your community, do you make a judgment? You are what, 11 years old?
Yes.
Do you make a judgment and say, that child is not behaving properly?
Yes, I do.
And is it something that you can tell them and tell them how to behave properly?
Yes, but sometimes they like to act up and all those things.
And do you think they're not getting good principles from home?
Yes.
You may think they have bad parents.
Yes, because when their parents talking to them, they bawl after them and all those things, and the parent cannot do anything about it.
Miss Crawford, from all you've heard from these young ladies and men, what do you think?
You know, they have identified and they have clarified good parenting and bad parenting, and they are correct. Mm-hmm. They are correct. I support what they say. That's what we train. When we do training, that's what we say too.
And you also train parents?
Yes, we do parent training.
What are some of the things you tell the parents when they come into you?
One of the major problems we're having in Jamaica is the parent-child relationship. Relationship is everything. If you start with your child and you have a good relationship in the beginning years, it is very highly possible that in the latter years you will maintain that relationship. So we really enforce good relationship. And how do you build good relationship? You do it through communicating with your children. You listen to them. You respect them. You know their rights and you guide them within the rights. You talk to them and not at them. And these are just some of the few skills that parents can use to build good relationship with their children.
Tariq, do you understand Miss Crawford when she says parents talk to you and not at you?
When parents talk at you, they're quarreling with you. And I think that when parents talk to you, they're explaining something to you.
Okay, and which works better?
Talking to you.
Definitely. What's the best way you think mommy and daddy can show their love?
To show you love, they can love you, they can do everything for you, they can almost they buy food for you, and they hug and they send you to bed, and they give you a bedroom so you can sleep in.
What are some of the rules you guys have to follow at home? Jonathan?
Don't leave the lights on, and don't leave the water on. Respect the helper, Merle, and just behave yourself.
Do you think rules are really, really good? Sometimes we say, oh, it's too many rules and you can't do anything and you're not free to do what you want to do. But do you think rules really are necessary for every step you take at this stage of your life? Gail?
Yes, I do.
Jonathan, do you agree?
Yes.
There's never a time when you want to step out of bounds?
There is, but then I think to myself, there's consequences for every action I make, and the good actions come with good consequences. And if you follow the rules from now, when you go to college and work, you'll be able to follow the rules much better and get promotions and everything.
He's got a good plan. Miss Crawford, how important is it for parents to set rules and guidelines for their children?
It is extremely important because rules provide the framework on which the children will develop into productive adults. It set the standards. There are the guidelines. And I cannot imagine a society without rules. I cannot imagine a home without rules and regulations.
What are the consequences if there aren't any rules in a home?
Well, if there aren't any rules in a home, there's a vacuum, and children will certainly provide their own rules. They'll be on their own. Remember, children are coming into a world where they model what they see. They model what they hear. If there are no guidelines, no principles, no standards are set, they'll go off and everyone will be their teacher and not the parent. And just imagine what will happen, in a society which is so mixed with all kinds of values. They'll choose their own values. And those values may not be the values that we want them to learn.
You've heard the children. They want love. They understand the need for discipline and rules and guidelines. They understand that if they don't follow the rules, there will be consequences when they grow up.
Roxanne, how you look so?
Wait, expect. You know, I'm pregnant.
Well, the pregnancy not treat you right.
It's not really the pregnancy, But from last night, I have a fever, my throat sore, I just feel awful.
Well, that don't sound right, Roxanne. It sounds to me like you need to go see a doctor immediately, especially with the H1N1 we're growing.
Well, I just want regular flu. That's not nothing.
Regular flu? The flu, you know nothing for joke with, Especially for you who are falling in the high-risk category.
High-risk category? What that?
Well, the ministry has stressed that pregnant women, persons with chronic illnesses such as asthma, obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and even children under 5 years should go to the doctor as soon as them start feel flu.
Why?
Because these persons are more at risk for serious illnesses or even death from the flu.
Death? Let me put on my clothes and go to the doctor right now.
You better do that.
For more information about influenza AH1N1, call toll-free 1-888-1-LOVE. That's 1-888-663-5683, or contact your parish health department. A message from the Ministry of Health, the Jamaica Information Service, the Voice of Jamaica, and the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO.
This is where we'll have to close the pages of this edition of Jamaica Magazine. Please do tune in again tomorrow for another informative and interesting edition. And remember, this and other programs can be viewed online at www.jis.gov.jm. While you're at it, give us your feedback at Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the team here at the JIS, I am Alison Watson. Have a great evening.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.